Hi, Karen. 20 minutes. Hi, Cindy.
Hello.
Hi, Jeff. Hi, Wayne.
I'm gonna ask about that next time.
Hello. Did you see my email?
I have mine in the office.
Today.
Always have that.
Hey, there's a guy that wants
That's all
money.
right. I just asked if you were here to stay. And
Hey.
there's a conference call for Wheels.
Yeah.
And I thought I'd let you know that.
I've been there before. I've been in the emergency room there before.
They have a number of electronic centers.
Didn't realize.
Step right up here.
Electric board and
I just want two.
Lynn is not coming because they had,
You
the
got a little
Legion
left
is
over.
doing something at a football game on Friday. And the guys have to practice.
Wow.
So they're over at the.
There you go, good.
Might be, I don't know.
I did. Doctor
How's it
I
going?
don't pay attention.
I've been feeling pretty good that I go to physical therapy. She breaks every bone. And I didn't know I muscle back there that she could rip on.
She's a little rough on you, huh? No pain, no gain.
No pain, no gain. I got precedent.
Very much, sir.
Thank you, man. Good luck.
Hi.
It's just me tonight.
Oh, no. What are we gonna do?
I don't know.
Hi,
How are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
I'm doing okay.
Thank
Well,
you.
I tell you what, you
You're
can
gonna talk
ask
about
me
what time we're supposed to be there on Saturday for
Sunday around
the
noon.
late game?
Well,
Starts at 7, gates open at 5:30, but it's gonna be all
we're
zoomed
going
down
to
there.
football game. And then Sunday morning, you'll see some flags around town. If you're in the town.
What's that?
And if that don't
We
kill
only
me, I'll
have
be
one
doing
game in
good.
October though,
Yeah, I don't think,
Better make kill me.
but we have three in November.
I don't think I'm there. I did my late one. That deserves, poor Jeff,
What?
his feet hurt.
Okay.
He did well. I know mine did too, but anyway.
Would you rather do the one that
No,
starts at 8 o'clock at night in the middle of November?
I am very happy with what I did.
I'm sure you are.
Thank you.
Let me give you a second over here.
You can give him the dollar. I don't want the
He
ticket.
doesn't give us any sympathy at all.
I don't want to be winning that.
We're only gonna give you one ticket.
Pretty fair. Pretty fair.
I didn't make it, but looks like that's nice.
Hi, Karen.
Braille.
So, and I'll be bringing that box over to your place for 10 folks, unless you don't want it. Oh, she pretty much decided that, yeah. So, hopefully
Oh,
we'll
John,
fill it
well,
in.
is it something I did?
No,
I
no.
said, no, they were actually talking about it before.
And then she talked about having you do fences and everything, which would be fine, super. You know, now you got room, a little more room for them.
Room wasn't gonna be a
Well,
problem.
I know.
So, don't use that and then.
No, I'm not, no, I told her last time, I said, you know, I got rid of this, I was done last year afterwards. And actually, and Peter's trying to show me about it come up, but she's still got her deposit. She was gonna get a hold of them to see if they had something show up, cancellations or something that we have our deposit.
Okay.
Go in June.
No, I don't think she's gonna go. She can't hardly even walk now, so. Yeah,
Nursing his kids.
I was getting in and out of the boat, and everything with it, so. And there's still in my basement,
Right now, it wasn't done.
two coolers. You want to look your place? One of them's a real nice cooler, the other one's just a cooler, but that one's a real nice one.
So none of this belongs to you guys.
Huh?
None of this belongs to
The one we bought up there at Wawa, that one, you know, for the eggs or whatever it was, and the other one's been going up there for, just like the frying pan that's in there, that actually Richie said so.
In fact, Deb talked to Linda Reed day before yesterday,
Oh.
2 or 3 days ago.
She was driving.
Sleeps a lot, can't go out to eat or anything.
Oh, really?
No, we're not gonna talk about that right this moment.
The knees are bothering him, and your son-in-law Alex is up here now, I saw him in person.
Oh,
I mentioned Rich's knees, he said, yeah, that's what he said.
no, yeah.
But, you know, it's hard to plumb big, you can get out of the house,
Yeah.
go for a walk.
So anyway,
Yeah.
other than that, guess what's right now? Like your market market. It's a restriction for the sore. I mean, I'm covered right now.
I'll give it to you now.
Yeah, I'm gonna,
That big yet, and then the other
I'll
one.
be at the game, unless they tell me I can't.
We got
without a
the spot for it right
uniform,
back here.
But it sounds like
In
I
those
can
little
get
tubes.
Oh, you just put the money in?
I told my wife, I said, as soon as they close the gate, I'm not choosing which one.
No, I'll just give each one of them something.
Just standing or something.
Well, see, then you volunteered to stay late on the next game, the one in the middle.
Well, that's really good way, but then, by then it should be getting better.
I did all of it.
Well, and then, because Sunday morning, they're telling her,
Well, here's your thing.
like, for Gold Star Mother, we're starting at 6:30. And if I can't walk, I'll just drive.
He's not or what?
She's got coffee over there.
He's not at home.
Coffee?
Oh, but you have to get some lunch. Oh,
Since we've got next month already taken care of.
That's not what I injured.
Well,
Yeah.
I
Go
tried-
fix it.
I got to replace
Well,
it.
be here tonight. And I think batteries still up good on
Black and blue,
that.
and the eggs were more black than blue.
Yeah.
And the next day they started, but they never hurt.
What do you got?
Those spots never started.
Let's see.
I had black and blue.
Seen three combines out in the field last
Ask him why.
Sunday, doing beans, running beans. Yeah, corn doesn't work for me. Running beans already. I didn't see her. But we had, she got in pretty good shape in the spring, so I was like, you know, they try to dry as much as they can, the corn is, especially try to dry because they can't stand in the field. But,
well, there's really no complaint.
propane gas heat on it.
He asked for it. Do you have any real estate company or would you interested? So anyway. Oh,
Empty?
Do you have any?
Oh, Brian.
Well, it's yours. So I need a koozie. There you go.
I got a new.
I give away all my cookies, so now I don't have, now I have one.
That's me, probably got another pot.
You found the hole for it.
Yes.
I found a picture from experience driving with you in it.
I don't drink coffee.
Oh,
I know nothing about it.
I know Wayne.
Good. Good. We had a lot of stuff going on since last meeting.
So I had those days, which I did.
Been on a pot lately, bus trip?
I was down
Oh,
on.
well, I was doing Leader Dog and little for the club was Leader Dog. And then we got rid of lots of voting day things. Like I said, we rather than just-
It's that car.
Heard on the radio yesterday that he watched it.
about Leader Dog. So I couldn't take it and walk off with it.
A 1962.
So there were two of us pushing it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
When they go at large.
We didn't have that obnoxious deal.
No.
There's
It was a good obnoxious deal.
an obnoxious deal from last year.
Oh,
What's her name?
or officially speaking, Ronan.
That's
If
right.
his parents were there, it's hard.
I know.
Oh,
That's okay.
He's smoke free. They said starting.
so
I have a hard enough time remembering one named person, let alone two, let alone special circumstances.
Have pronouns.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Dave?
Oh, you guys are back in business.
Number of large, cost them anything. Just
Number
the
at large?
deal.
Oh, yeah. There's a cost to it, yeah.
Sort of eagle.
Do you want to tell Ken what it is?
Well, no, I'd rather just the club pick it up, to tell you the truth.
Well, that's the most they can make, $75.
Thank you.
$75.
Okay,
Oh, wait, are you going 50 or?
I'm 50/50.
Festival?
Uh-oh,
Oh, trouble
here
just.
comes the Aurelius gang. Free trouble. It was over and saw my old buddy, my old pal Dan Snap today.
Did ya? Was he in the ornery mood or in a decent mood?
He was in a decent mood, but he was pretty tired because he went and got one dollar over there. She went and had blood drawn and then they went to the big boy for breakfast and then they stopped at
Is Rich not
Daryl's.
gonna be here, do you know?
Not gonna be here, but I'm taking duties.
Oh, you are, good.
So let me see your finger. Oh, you did shorten that baby up, didn't you?
You say you're taking dues?
They got him.
I bet that hurt. Just a fly. Just a flying down.
You should.
Lynn Taylor.
You got change for another 20?
He's giving me a hard time over it.
Well, you know better than to come to the Lions Club with a $20 bill.
What's up, I know that you made so much.
Well, I know, but I've got to split it too.
We have to rip it in half and then they count upon that. 50/50 is one thing.
You want to get money? I'm watching all the kids.
Somebody else. You're my guardian angel, is that what you
No,
said?
I'm not saying that.
Sounds.
I got him, Doug.
I'll get you, we'll get the seats.
Okay.
Doug, is this the official president?
International.
Yeah.
$1 no.
The big 50
But it is special.
Yeah, it used to be that you could just get them. Yeah, you're waiting.
I know. I'll get one for me.
There you go.
If he's good looking, he's different.
But, at any rate, so yeah, I think I got something else.
By yourself. Well, there wasn't anybody here.
Oh, I know.
You wanted
There was little pictures on this, things like
Doug, is that an official Lions bag for money?
Yes.
Rick's not gonna be here tonight?
That's not what we're doing.
No.
Maybe we'll grab a spot so I get kicked out of it.
Okay.
You want 2 glasses or just one?
Well, that's the plan then.
Say again?
Where's the money guy? I'm not talking to you.
Talking to them.
No, that's what I
Sure? Yeah, I can get another one.
Yeah, I got the list.
Hello there. I know, I haven't seen you in a long time.
Money's in.
Well, then after Saturday, Sunday, it's then Tuesday.
How are ya? Fine.
So you guys.
If you're on the corner too.
You guys get back around that early? Nope.
How you doing?
Good, all right.
Good to see you.
Nice to see you too. This guy's, that's a good idea. We have to talk to
I'm getting the seats for everybody next week.
Got one all picked out yet?
Just-
I haven't seen anybody come too lately that looked very good.
Oh,
I do.
Yeah, I know. That's just a question.
I gotta get mean, Dave, I don't have that mean.
No, he's,
Every night, I got this big ass dog that comes in here, and I really ought to slap her down. I ain't got no kids this year or anything, and I'm part of the problem, you know? They're the ones that should shoot me.
Well, you never know.
Holy crap! That was good.
I had one like that last year, and the neighbor got it.
The big neighbor got it? Did you talk to your neighbor and tell him he's got enough of it? Don't do it again?
anyway, she talked about when son information in, which I figured you didn't. But anyway, the other thing, she talked a lot about
Just sort of dissipated and missed it a little bit here.
12 would be a Leo. What she does with my daughter,
What do you like putting on the calendar, opening day at your season, on Friday?
and
Better camera.
markers, until they do a thing
You're going.
for other kids that come.
Trying to open it up, set it up.
But I haven't seen them in
Just waiting for the quick stuff
Oh, it's the old picture I got.
Yeah, and I looked at it, after I got that picture, I said, I wonder if that's in she shed now. And then, really seeing that good coming through it, you're not very far away.
It is not recorded in the same way as.
Sometimes calculated your average for a fish right around 185.
Thought is, if you really need to shoot a town turkey, let me know. I got a dozen of them walk through my yard every day.
One of yours, I can do that. Couple things anyway. Got you all, and we're small, those and put on the dry pot for.
Friend of my wife, her son is out of that, he's like, yeah, this thing, we're shooting. Now everybody does is shoot. He's the best house, and he's smoking for some turkey.
Oh, yeah.
Turkey, turkey.
She was just talking about.
Somebody miles for turkey, walk when it's like. And
I did read Jimmy one a couple of years ago. God, I got done with that. He said, "Well, don't do that. And don't go shoot one for Christ's sake either." I mean, you know. Then I said, the other watching the Michigan outdoors the other night, boy, they were slamming those geese. And then they said, and then they have special dinner with Tipsy Nickel. I didn't catch the front, I wanted to find out where they were.
They just
Yeah, I caught that. And they need to do that. That's not a big. No,
It was a domestic one. About turkey, like one thousand.
like turkey. Really crazy. Well, yeah, you can. Oh, you're talking about turkey.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 2 days.
Get them, you gotta marinate them for 3 hours, or 3 days, and then you parboil them, and then, I thought, then you know you're life.
I said, I'll do it all the time. Cheryl will be there all day. I'm doing my clearing, we go to eat rabbits. Do it, eat rabbits. I got there at 7:15 and I was home
They're pretty.
He's been there. And then I like. Yeah, an emergency.
The youth one's gonna be those all.
Well,
Because I heard it went to the legislature today.
there's a lot of people with life.
Well, I have it in the office.
Do that, but I realize that's not, I'm not really buying kids. 3-year-olds kids that actually shot, you know.
I have two screws like, yeah, I don't got advantage of them anymore. Nothing broken.
One is just a state van and he's right
So I
now.
had to go buy
Get a car and just
I was quite close.
Do you have any questions?
Black and blue. But the black and blue.
I thought that was the couple
It's
that.
just my shin. I had some foam on my knee, but I didn't know, but it was like this, and then I
Call this meeting to order. Can we stand and pledge the flag?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now we can say our prayer.
We stand to offer thanks and praise to the giver of all goods, and may he fill our hearts with the spirit of brotherhood. Amen.
Do we have any guests tonight?
Not a one.
Not a one, okay. I'm not, you are ready? Okay, we are ready to go to eat today. And we're gonna start with the ladies' table. And then we will start in the back. And what kind of way?
Sounds great.
Anything
I seen a guy over there,
Oh,
in a diner here a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, he moves around.
The Depot Diner.
Oh, girl, love these. They're every day.
Up there. Okay.
He doesn't really have a job.
Might be. I don't know, I could be. Sorry for him, I think
Yeah, because I ran out of.
We've got some yellow ones for you.
Inside, they were always after the people stands. They're open 5 on 5.
Yeah, but they probably cut the pharmacy closes.
Yeah.
Oh, really? So Cindy goes to work.
Well, I should have said, I was sheriff. Yeah. And we knows.
About $80.
Yeah.
It's a lot better than used to be. Who's gonna do it?
It seemed digestive center out there. I have no idea. Somebody that, the one that I had
Whoa.
doesn't do it anymore.
It's hard. Birthday was yesterday.
Mine was last week, I was thinking.
Yes, it was just.
That's right. Hold on to be this Indian version.
Indian man.
Just sit
At
here.
that point, I guess,
Here.
at that point, I guess, he does it right.
Talking about the colonoscopy, bring it up with.
Well, Yeah. We got class, you know. It's better than copy dressing.
The city has started a pickleball court.
Oh, they have?
Yeah, they're all tore up. These carpets all tore up.
Oh, my goodness.
Not at all. I went over to Holy Land this morning.
Becky doing it.
Very nice, big 6 courts, very nice 6 courts.
Where is it? In Mason.
Pardon?
Where is it in Mason?
Northeast Park.
Already some.
There's baseball, you can drive all the way to the end of the Nash Street.
Okay.
You get to the
Back
end and
was
you drive in,
screwed up.
Uh-huh.
that's Hayes. Okay. And they're in there.
It's 14 on the 50/50.
In there.
14
So you almost on about ready. Open the rest of this morning.
Take it off. Take it off.
They were great.
Or summer.
So they tore up the basketball court and the football.
You doing okay? Covered in kidney stone. I had an emergency this morning.
Monday. One night after, one after the other. You sent us these up there.
Sparrow, Amazons.
We got an opening for, the 2:30 to 6 shift or something.
If he has a, because the temperature or something really good, so I have to take him to the clarity, that's where the doctor is, he has to.
I believe
Up to you.
that's Tuesday. What day do you want it to be? Monday? You said Monday? Yeah, I don't know what day it is.
So they didn't know what orders was.
None of my business, so what are you going to school for?
Well, I answered the questions and couldn't hear. The doctor come in and asked him where his pain was.
Maybe it's- maybe it's left.
So they did a CT scan, and sure enough, it was at the top of his black, the little one, 2.8. So they got him on meds and hopes there's no gas.
No, they prepared. So Gary, still driving to the country today. They actually, went up north last weekend. You're, no, it's not. Oh, yeah.
tunnel water and
Size. Like I
they
just,
put you in a tunnel water and then they shake it.
I mean, down the restaurant on Monday,
Antibiotic
they
and
were.
breaks up the kidney stones.
Well,
So it's
we
real fast.
set them and strip them and shut them
So
down.
they don't have to do surgery,
So, okay. So Tuesday, when the restaurant was
but
open,
it's called liquid.
Uh-oh,
And
I
I asked
walked
the
down
doctor,
here.
for the first one, like, what causes kidney
Yes,
stones?
I said,
She never drank
No.
out,
I
but
said,
combination
hands.
of
you can fly.
calcium, and milk she was taking,
Sure
and
enough.
vitamin B.
That he was screwing around with it, and he snapped it on his thumb.
Oh.
Luckily, it didn't break it.
Oh,
He said, who told you? I said, nobody, I just know
Nobody.
how you are. Oh yeah, he had it all set, and then he was screwing around with it. Yes, yeah.
I think he was
And then he
gonna
got
come
a
and.
wood shop in it. He must have got it yesterday. Told him he was
The
doing it.
medicine they gave him. Gave him sleeping. What they gave him in the hospital was IV.
I was thinking about buying them, if I did wood shop at a barn. I know nothing about it. You know what, that'd be a good way to hurt myself too. And I have one that wouldn't be big enough for something, but, you know what, I just hope I get lucky.
I looked over and he was. I woke him up at noon and I need something,
And I think I did.
you know? Not long after that, it was sleeping again. He didn't sleep 2 nights before. I didn't know this was going on.
Oh, yeah, yeah, coming in to tell him, yeah. They smelled it. One of those foggy, heavy, eerie mornings, yeah.
Yeah.
You been at my place at 3 o'clock.
Right. Yeah.
They're going to, and then we're going to pick him up, and it's gonna be in Zoom, we're playing Ohio State. It's gonna be big.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
And the only TV station that's carrying it is Peacock.
Yeah, I seen that the other day, and I thought,
I'm serious as a heart attack.
well, it's not what you call a big draw. They showed what the, like I was watching some shit the other day, and I thought, can't they come up with a better matchup someplace in this country than what they had? Well, Ohio State and Bowling Green, I thought, my God. And they didn't, they had like 3 or 4 of them, that every one of them was just laughing, it's like, man, oh man. And they said the other day that for the last, I think the cumulative for the last 5 years, the score's been 365 to 50 for MSU and Ohio State, you know. They haven't been very competitive lately, it's They were supposed to win 1 year, 7, 8 years ago. Yeah, so, no.
He asked me what I wanted to take me to the hills and a gallon of water. Insurance covers, your Medicare covers a gallon of water, and that was $7.65. All gonna do the same thing, right?
And Michigan ain't gonna go very far if they can't figure out the top throw football neither. Sooner or later, somebody's gonna figure out that we put everybody up line of scrimmage. They ain't gonna run. They almost didn't run enough the other day.
Go around speed, bring it through the top, and cover it, leading all circles.
Before it's all said and done.
Get through football first.
You're overlooking your best shot at starting here and you just never get past them. Girls soccer, #1 in the country.
Yeah.
And I asked you why you don't do tickets, that's what.
That'd be quite a commitment.
Same reason we don't go in the pretzel. Yes, they do play pretzel, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or, I mean, Walton Center.
Oh,
It's a whole different ballgame. People.
hard to see.
Yeah, they don't. Use like we do, they're individually paid.
Gary, Craig, get you hooked up?
He's tried, he really has. They probably only need,
Yeah, so how far it is to Rapid?
Yeah.
30 minutes or whatever.
21 minutes for the whole day.
We worked. Undoubtedly. 10 years ago or something?
That was a Jonathan.
That was a Dennison Fieldhouse, yeah. And that was, I think that was in Bowling Green or something like that for, I
Yeah.
can't remember what it was.
There's women's,
Yeah.
good one,
Yeah,
women's.
yeah, it was.
Just because you want my own, and to down home days, one of the so he'd already been up this couple of months. And he had to get a signal to I don't know.
The weather they kicked around the other night at the meeting. It's almost love to cancel that.
Did you hear about where the fire was?
11/11.
Yeah,
Was it at the end of Orchard?
back where Vanderbeek used to be. Way back, yeah.
Way back.
Yeah.
Dave, was it, do you know, was it empty?
I'm assuming it was probably one of Vanderveen's old buildings. I don't know who owned it or what was in it.
Oh, right, is that right? I'm doing it. Paula and Mark, they blocked Vandermeer, Edward Road, or whatever, Edward Road. Somebody told me that. I'd be here differently.
You know, it wasn't as good as the rest of that. Well, I think it said it was changed.
Got any word on Carlson lately?
Oh, he's doing good. I think he's one. In fact, he's in the game Saturday, he's working for it.
Okay, thank you. Say mine.
Funny you should ask.
That was my next question.
As I left, I said, I'll bring you supper. Meeting time.
Well, now you know. See, you're funnier than you thought. Didn't even know that. Because I was thinking the same. According to him. Oh.
That's from Julie. Sent her a message yesterday. The paint line started to be leaking. Somebody come out and pick them up.
Big of that, big of them, that, you know, lost them up. Just to make sure it's
Good to show on the road. What's that one about? Just right. Previous year model. Really? Yeah, oh yeah. The Ford.
Raspberry,
Ooh, Unibody.
raspberry, lemon, and then molasses. Yeah, raspberry. Isn't that something? No, it was the arch.
38 gallon motors. Well, 30 I could probably use a remote.
No, I was down the road here.
Under the weather. Somebody ran off the curb. You never know.
Too far down the road for
Yes,
that.
it is.
No.
Huh.
There's about 2 hours. Long time.
What if the lady got more tickets on?
Oh, yeah.
Did you see my tickets? You see? Did you do that?
They come in from both ways.
I didn't do it.
Which one leads to get more?
Now look at me.
This one's got more.
I wasn't close enough to
Oh,
see
yeah.
where I
All right,
probably
I got it. I take that back.
There you go.
I got
take that back.
home if I can find them, I'll put them
I think we've got more tickets somewhere, don't we? Or did you have some or?
I have some at home. You running low?
No, not yet.
Okay. Yeah, I got a big roll at home. I'll try to remember to bring them in so we have them here instead of having one there.
As soon as our speaker gets back to her chair, we're gonna start with, Karen Robson and Lions 101.
Oh, Josh,
No, this is the entrance to the
you
test.
got one more here.
Oh, all right. Thanks.
You have a test?
No.
Yes, Dale. We feel it, we volunteer you for it.
Yes, this is my master plan. This one's my letter. Oh, yes, it is. Okay, can you hear me okay without the microphone, or do you want me to use it?
Yes.
Okay, Lions 101.
That wasn't a very good answer.
That was good enough for her.
It's either yes you can hear or yes you can.
Right.
So Lions 101, this is a presentation that I've done twice at Indiana's Midwinter Conference and once at our Michigan Forum. It's going to be the Cliff Notes version though, because in both of those, or all three of those instances, they were looking for a 40-minute presentation. We're not going to do 40 minutes tonight. They decided later. So, Lions International was founded in 1917, and we'll talk about that a little bit more later. There's about 1.4 million members around the world right now, and we, as the individual members, are the height of Lions Clubs International. We've got this big, vast organization, but each one of us is what makes up that great organization, and without each of us in our hearts that we put into our service, the organization wouldn't exist. We'll talk a little bit about the different levels of the organization, and there'll be some tidbits, trivia, that sort of thing as we go along. We'll start with the club. We're on page 2 with slide number 3. I decided not to bring the laptop and do the overhead slides because it just slows things down, and all the slides that I would have talked about are in here anyway. So anyway, we'll start with the Mason Lions Club, which was founded 80 years ago this year, in June of 1944. There's different dates on different records, but we'll leave it at June 44. Right now we've got 25 members. It's listed here on the slide what the different, or the main members are, and the main officers are, the ones that get to go into the roster book and so forth, and have a lot of decision-making responsibility along with the board of directors. We've got all the various committees that people signed up for last week, and maybe we'll have an opportunity to sign up for again this week. We have all sorts of service projects that we support, whether it's Leader Dog, Every Dog, Lions of Michigan Foundation, and so forth. A lot of the support and service that we do is through financial support for these organizations. Some people do hands-on kinds of volunteering as well. And fundraisers, of course, Dave with heading up the football collection. We have the poker rooms coming up next week. And money also comes in from dues, which cover our meals, they cover our administrative expenses, district, state, and international dues. So the club actually is part of a zone of Lions Club, and there are 6 or so zones, or 4 zones in our district, each of them having maybe 5 or 6 clubs. The zone chair, who will be coming next month, is appointed as opposed to elected. And then the club secretary and club president make up what's called the District Governors Advisory Committee. In the old days, what that meant was they're expected to go to cabinet meetings and zone meetings and participate in giving feedback to the governor. They don't do that so much anymore. The zones have zone meetings. Then the next level up is just regions. This is on page 3 now. We don't have regions in our district, others do. There are a number of club members who participate at the district level, which is next level up after zones and regions. 6 of our members participate at the district level on 10 different committees, so Mason Club is pretty well represented at the district level. We also have participation at the state level. Doug, for example, is state PR chair. Are you also district, newsletter editor, the district?
I'm also the district, yeah.
You're district editor, but
I'm
are you
PR
also?
and marketing chair for the state, and then PR and marketing chair for
For the
the district.
district,
And
okay.
I'm also district newsletter editor.
Okay, but you're not head of the district, the advisory committee for the newsletters? For the
No, I
Okay.
gave that up.
Somebody else gave that, okay.
Somebody else doing that.
So anyway, talking about districts, there are 10 of them in the lower peninsula, and we're called multiple district 11. There's one district currently in the upper peninsula, which is single district 10. District 10 was actually formed a few months ahead of us, and that's why they have a lower number. They've never joined together, because originally we didn't have the Methanol Bridge, made it too hard to get around, and culturally, there's quite a difference between the two. We all get along great, but there's not a real interest in joining.
Actually, that's changing.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay,
I
afterwards,
would predict that probably by next year this time, we might end up getting together.
okey dokey.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, Doug goes to council meetings, which I don't anymore, I don't have a reason to, but because he's the PR chair, he does go to council meetings and he hears all these deliberations. So it keeps his ear to the can, the string. On page 4, there's an image that shows those districts, single district 10 and multiple district 11. We're district 11C2, and that's that little turquoise-ish block of counties in the lower part of the peninsula. There's a lot of service projects that we support, or different organizations that we support. Radio reading service is one. We don't hear too much about that, but they still are operating out of WKAR. And then Michigan Braille Transcribing, which Jeff is a member of their board of trustees. Multiple district level, they have the council meetings that Doug goes to. That's where the district governors all get together and talk about where things are going, where they've been, what are some plans we need to make for the future. The multiple district also sponsors the state convention. Lions of Michigan State Office is actually in the same building as the Lions of Michigan Foundation, and the latter one is the one that owns that building. But that's where state projects, we get together a lot of times for the meetings. Wendy Burns is the executive director there, and she also puts out the Line 5 newsletter. All State Band is another project that we support. It's a state project. Peter Dogs with Blind, Lions of Michigan Foundation, and Michigan Eversight. Now, a project that's often called state project is the Clear Lake Camp. It's not supported by District 10, which has its own camp, Bay Cliff Health Camp. Okay, page 6. There have been 4 international presidents from Michigan over the years. One of them, or at least one anyway, I know that Ralph Minham was from our district back in the day. Then we get, after districts and multiple districts, we go up to constitutional areas. There are 8 of them around the world, but we are in constitutional area 1, and they go here, there, and everywhere around the world. International directors are elected from these various constitutional areas. We don't have one from every area at all times. There are 34 international directors, and half of them are elected every other year. So, worldwide, there are 1.4 million members and 49,000 clubs in nearly every country on earth. The headquarters staff is hired. I don't know what the current count is, but back in the day, there were about 300 of them supporting this 1.5 million member organization. So that's actually pretty impressive. Typically, if you think of a company with 1.5 million employees, you're going to have a lot more than 300 people running the show at the headquarters.
Where's the headquarters at, do you know?
Yes, it's in Oak Brook, Illinois,
Okay.
just west of Chicago. The operations there, it's pretty much the kinds of departments you'd expect in any kind of a company. accounting, legal, planning, human resources, infotech, and all those kinds of things. They used to do all of their own printing, I don't know if they still do. But they have to, when they come up with new systems like this IT thing that they've just been rolling out this year, this new portal, it isn't just enough that they had to get programming right for us here, but they had to do it in multiple languages around the world. So that complicates things. Anything they do, they have to consider other countries and other access points as well. The key service areas that we have these days are vision, hunger, diabetes, environment, and childhood cancer, with of course vision being the original one. And these others have been added on more in recent years. Also, the International Foundation has the Disaster Relief Fund. They are hugely involved in humanitarian efforts and LCIF youth programs such as Quest, such as Leo, that sort of thing. Okay, bit of history. What I mentioned earlier, we were founded in 1917 when Melvin Jones and his business cronies got together and said, you know, we need to do something for the world besides make money for ourselves. So we got together a bunch of people who, in some cases, already had similar organizations going, and that's when Lions International got started. In 1925, Helen Keller challenged us at our international convention to become Knights of the Blind in the quest in the crusade against darkness. Gudrun Ingvedottir was the first woman international president, and that was 2018 and 19, so 6 years ago already. The question comes up sometimes, when were women first admitted to Lions Club? And the answer normally is 1987. That's actually not correct. Women were part of the organization when it was formed in 1917 and then kicked out a year later. Yeah, I read different reasons for it, but one had to do with the fact that they incorporated in Illinois, which didn't allow women in companies incorporated in organizations like that. So
That's why they went there, I know that.
maybe, I don't know. The original Lions Club was in Indiana under somebody with the last name of Wood. It was a small organization, and they joined in with Melvin Jones and his group. So that's a little tidbit. In 1957, the Lioness sub-organization was created in 1957, and just a few years ago, women were admitted to LCI officially in 1987. Okay. The next page gives you, if you want to do research and find out a lot more than I'm covering tonight, you can go to lionsclub.org and just poke around there. There's tons and tons of stuff on anything related to Lions. More stuff than you care to know, probably. You could spend weeks and just sit down with your favorite adult beverage and start poking at keys and see where it takes you. Okay, so miscellaneous things. We are a 501c4 social welfare organization under IRS regulations. What that means for us, besides all of the technical tax kinds of things, is we don't pay taxes. However, donations to the club are not tax deductible. We can't talk about religion and politics. There's other things too, but those are the main things. We are incorporated, so that if something happened and the club was sued, they can't come after us as individuals, if they can only sue the club. So that's a good thing to know. Additional learning opportunities would be things like the Michigan Forum. We had our first committee meeting last night. It's going to be a great forum next February. We'll hear more details as that comes up. The Leadership Institute is coming up, and that's going to be a really good one. They've got a whole new cast of presenters this year. Some of the old standbys are there. I'm not part of it anymore, but that's because of these new ones coming up that are just absolutely top-notch people. They're going to do a great job. Leo clubs, we'll be talking about that a little bit more later on. That's something that we're very much involved in. You've heard about them over the last few years. We all know about the separate project and administrative accounts with money. This is one of the IRS things, is that if the money comes from the public, it has to go back to the public. If we raise it on our own, like those dues we mentioned earlier, or if we have a private fundraiser where nobody from the public can come, then that can go into admin. The ticket taking can go to admin because we're not identified as Lions. So that's been cleared with Lions International, because there isn't a person in that stadium that's there because Mason Lions Club is at the gate.
But they write the check out to the Mason Lions Club.
Yes, they do, but because we're not there giving the impression that we're raising money for Lions,
Oh.
we can do it. Now, Acoustic Club has a concession on the other side of the stadium. They do have to put that in admin, or in a project account, because they are identified as
Yeah.
raising money for the Acoustic Club. So, let's see, acronyms on the back sheet there is a list of Lions alphabet soup. Then a couple other things that are on there, the guiding principles for Lions are listed there too. I'm not gonna go into all of those things, but you can read them. On the last sheet of slides are two versions of the logo. Just about everybody I know likes the one on the right better, because it's just has a lot more charm and character to it, more depth to it. But the official one that we are supposed to use is the one on the left. It's plainer, more recognizable. Our official colors are purple and gold. You'll see though a lot of things that are in blue and gold. The reason for that is that red dyes are expensive and toxic. So they made the decision probably 10, 15 years ago to go with blue instead of purple, generally. So let's see. That's it. So at the end, I would say thank you for listening to me, and I can answer questions if you have any. And remember that we are the heart of Lions Clubs International. Any questions? That's it. And thank you, Doug, for the International President's Pin.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
You're actually interesting. Interesting.
I was talking. I thought I knew a lot because I went through guiding lines.
Doug, you can tell us about your secretary's report?
Okay, secretary's report is on the back of your agenda. And I did not record the last meeting, so I have no idea whether it's correct or not. So if you've had a chance to read it, and you have a correction, please let me know. I guess that's it.
And since Rich isn't here, did he give you anything on the treasurer's report?
He did not, but I do want to thank the members for turning in their dues money. Rich will be very happy about the collection that's in this bag. And I also got the money from the 50/50 in here as well to give to him. So when I see him next, which may be next Thursday, I believe, for poker room, I'll give that. But he'll give his report next time.
Okay, for the reports, we've been trying to do a lot of them as written reports to make it a little shorter. For the Leo Club though, I just found out, I didn't realize I had gotten an email. Gary wants us to, does he want us to just get with him, or he's? No, they're having a meeting tomorrow, and you or I will go, I can go, and then take it from there. I don't have their schedule or anything yet. Okay. And their late canvas, I don't have anything on that. Is there any report on that?
All that stuff is on that sheet.
Oh, is
All the
it?
rest of that is on there. Yeah,
Okay.
everything's on, even the Leo Club thing is on there.
Okay.
I try to, again, be a Leo whisperer too.
Well, we got the poker room. Do we have it all full?
That's what we need to talk about, okay? Dave has nominated Rod Hunt to be the third person for Wednesday from 6 to 10, because that's when they have the tournament. So I'm set on that particular one. And Terry has now moved down to 6 to 10 on Thursday to be with Sid. What happened though is that Terry is having his colonoscopy. Oh, I didn't need to tell everybody that.
Oh, Terry.
TMI.
Yeah.
He is having his colonoscopy from 2:30 at the 2:30 to 6 where he was signed up on Tuesday, October 1st. So we need somebody to be in there for Tuesday, October 1st. I unfortunately will be working early voting, so I can't do it. So we need somebody else to do it. But I think that we're all set once that's taken care of. So if you can do 2:30 to 6 on Tuesday, we need to know that like now.
If not, I guess I'm by myself.
But Jenny needs a ride too, so.
I can get my broom out there and take off.
That's true.
I think I can do it as long as I don't run the computer.
Hey, Jenny, can you run the computer?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna put Mike down.
What day is that? That's
That's
the
Tuesday.
early day, right?
Tuesday, October 1st, 2:30 to 6.
Okay. So we're not getting into the busy Tuesday night with the Omaha and all that stuff?
No, that's
Okay.
that's Wednesday this time, from 6 to 10. That's when we're gonna
Oh,
have a tournament.
they've already told you that?
They told me there's gonna be a tournament on Wednesday.
Well, the tournament and Omaha are two different
Oh,
things.
well, I don't know about it.
Yeah.
All they told me was,
Thanks for working.
they only did was tell me that we need to have 3 people for the tournaments.
Okay. Right, will be there.
Right. Okay, so I have everybody on here. I will go ahead and make a photocopy of this and send it out to everybody whose name is on here. But I may send it out to more people, just to cover our bases, because Rich is gonna be in and out of things. He's got both medical and recreational things that he's doing this next week. And I have jury duty and other things coming up too, so. At any rate, oh, that's right, early voting is not until October 26th, so I guess that was a bad excuse.
Yeah.
Good to see that.
Well, you can use it.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna care, nobody's gonna know about
Okay,
it.
so I'll send that out. Jenny, you want me to continue with the community?
Yeah, do the
So-
activities.
Okay, so, the Celebrate Community Activities, I told you last time, when we introduced it to our group, that I was going to be presenting the program for Celebrate Community for this year to the other service organizations. I crashed the meeting for Optimist and gave the stuff to them. They were the ones who, quite frankly, we didn't keep track of exactly what they were giving last year. I'm sure they did. But they also had raised $250 the previous month already. So that's the Optimist. Then I went to the Rotary Club meeting, which was last Thursday. And there they gave me lunch at least. And then I gave the presentation about it, and it was very short. And they seemed to be fairly receptive to it, and started putting money in the jars, that kind of thing. On yesterday, Tuesday, I went to the Kiwanis Club, and the Kiwanis Club not only wanted me to just tell them about the fundraiser, they wanted me to give a program too. And I gave them a list of all the programs I've done through the years, and they said, well, you've probably given all of these to us before, so they wanted me to talk more about the fundraiser. So what I did is I gave them the history of Albert Hall, who was the library's named after, and John Rayner, whose house the museum actually is. So I gave them the history of those two guys, just so you know, they were both rich guys from way back when. And John Rayner, when he passed away in the late 1870s, early 1880s, was worth, in today's money, about $6 million. And Al Hall, when he passed away in the early 1940s, I think, 1950s. Anyway, he was worth $5 million. And he worked for a bank, but we won't go into that. So I gave them that presentation, and they have already raised, $550. So they're doing very well. We as a club have already raised well over $1,000, so we're in good shape. But any of you can give more, that'd be wonderful. And in your packets on the table is the addresses to send the money. Make sure you put Lions on it when you do, so that they know. Even if it's cash, put Lions on the. No, I'll take care of that. So that's kind of where we're at on the Celebrate Community Activities. This will end at Good Morning Mason in October, which is about 4 weeks from now. Just so everybody knows, we'll collect money all the way up through that. And then we're soliciting ideas for Celebrate Community for next year. I'm going to be reporting all of this to International very shortly, so they know what we're doing already.
I have my paper here that has all the committees, and it looks like we've had some people sign up. I'm not sure if anybody else wants to sign up. Yes, sir, Mr. Jeff.
One question going back to the Texas Hold'em. Is Rich around and we pick up the briefcase from him in the morning? We're on Monday, right?
He knows that. So I
But
don't
he's
know.
not out canoeing somewhere?
I don't know the answer though.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll send him.
I believe that he will probably be accessible before our time comes on Monday. So, I'm guessing he's not here today, but he'll be here this weekend sometime. I'm sorry, I don't have a good answer.
Yeah.
He comes, he goes.
He's retired.
Yeah.
If any of you have signed up for a committee chair or to be on it, if you would like to call like a committee meeting sometime, get with your people to know what's going on and maybe give us all a heads up or know what's going on, letting us know what's going on.
I have a two-minute committee meeting for the marketing committee right after we're done here. So I just want to announce that to our other committee members. I also have this thing I got in the mail for the Cornwell Turkey House for social organizations, the social committee might be interested in having it.
Yes.
So I have that available.
Okay. Any other business?
Not old business.
New business, delegate numbers.
Karen, do you want to explain this to everybody?
Yeah, this is something that I stumbled onto on Facebook. They have a thing called Global Lions Forum, and I haven't received any other notification about it, but there are a number of people that substantiate what has happened. We've had for a number of years a so-called family membership type, where you'd have a head of household that would pay the full rate and dues, and then you'd have other family members, maybe three, I think up to three others, that would pay half the international dues. And I think that might have carried down to the state too, that made a separate decision to do the same thing. What International has said now is that if you have a family membership, then the person who is the family member paying half dues does not count towards your delegate count for elections at the district and state and international. So we've had in our group recently 3 family units. That means we lose 3 counts toward our delegate eligibility. So rather than being eligible, rather than our count being based on 25 people, it's only based on 22. So I've made the decision, because Jeff and I always pay the full dues anyway, I've made the decision that we're going back to 2 of us being full members. We're going to dissolve our family membership, which is not the same as divorce, don't get excited.
What that means in dollars, since Rich is here, just so you know, is that one member paid $175 for the year, and the other member paid $147 for the year, okay? And so Karen and Jeff have already decided to switch theirs. That means that Cindy and Lynn and Lorraine and Gordon have to make a decision on which way you wanna swing, okay? And I don't know that it's gonna make a huge amount of difference in delegates, but it might, never know.
In terms of delegates, it would make a difference between 3 and 2. Because if you're halfway toward the next level, then you get
the extra one.
You get the extra person. But at 22, we would not be, at 23, no, we would not get that extra person. Now, the other side of that coin is, there is no pressure on you because we rarely get enough people going to conventions to make up our vote count anyway.
And it wouldn't be a problem at all if we brought in 2 new members.
Well, that's true. So, that's that. Any questions?
Okay, so I'm gonna leave it at this, since I have to go in as the secretary and change membership status. I will do that for Karen and Jeff, but you guys have to inform me if you want me to, okay? Otherwise, leave it the way it is. Okay, Leadership Institute. Karen mentioned this earlier. I have been lucky enough to have the club send me out to the Leadership Institute 3 years ago. And I got an awful lot out of that experience, and inspired me to do some more things with Lions. Last year, I went to, it was going on along with the Leadership Institute, the Faculty Development Institute. That was another great experience. this year they're offering not only the Leadership Institute, but the Graduate Leadership Institute. And I thought, well, what the hell, I'll do that too. So I plan on doing that for 3 days in November. But I think that what we did, if I remember correctly, Karen, maybe you can remind me, but what we did 3 years ago was that we paid for all or part of that Leadership Institute cost for me to go. And I'm wondering whether there's anybody here who wants to go to that Leadership Institute. And if you do, I'm gonna make a motion right now that we would pay for you to go. Okay? Any Why don't you go ahead and do the vote on that first before I do another pitch? Okay. Go ahead and call the vote on, the motion on the floor is that we pay for somebody to go to the Leadership Institute this year. It is gonna be $300. And Karen seconded it.
Any questions? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Okay, that means that if you want to go, your bill is paid, includes all your meals. You still have to get there and back, but that will be coming up, it's on your table, the form and everything, November 8th through the 10th, 8th and 10th. And you can see the details on that particular handout. We do have to send that in by October 4th. That's what they call the deadline. That doesn't mean necessarily that we couldn't squeeze you in after that, but if you can make a decision before October 4th, that would be really good. I don't care how long you've been in Lions if you've never done this before. Like I say, I really had a great time at both places. Made an awful lot of new contacts and friends up there. Who knew that there were, people from the area of the state that I was going to vacation in, that I'd been vacationing in for 40 years. And I've learned some great places to go to when I'm on my vacation weekends. Great stuff. So I would suggest that. So thank you very much for supporting that. Any other questions on Leadership Institute that Karen or I could answer? Dynamic group this time, I understand. That'll be coming up. Okay. Melvin Jones district drawing. There's a sheet on your table for that as well. That was in the last district newsletter. Our governor will be our next speaker. He's coming in for our first meeting in October. And I thought it would be nice if, while he's here, we could go ahead and have, write a check to the district that we could be part of that district drawing for a district Melvin Jones. It's described exactly how it works, or at least mostly how it works, on that one handout. Looks like this. And so I'm going to make a motion that we support this by writing a check to the district and giving it to Governor Carl when he comes at the next meeting.
Second that.
How much is in the motion? How much money?
I think it's $100.
It's $100.
Okay.
$100.
Okay, there's been a motion made by Doug, seconded by Jeff, to give $100 to Carl when he comes for this Melvin Jones. Any more questions? If not, can I hear a vote for yes or no?
Yes.
Aye.
Okay, motion passed.
Just so you know, I still don't know whether or not we already have a Melvin Jones as a club that we're able to give. We don't? Okay. So this might be an opportunity for us to get one, but it's a drawing. So there'll be 10 clubs in the drawing, and we could be the lucky club out of the 10 that gets our choice of who gets the Melvin Jones. Now, you can give a Melvin Jones award to anybody. They don't have to be a Lion. But we get to make a decision on that if we're the winners. Otherwise, we just gave $100 to the district. But it eventually goes to LCIF, goes to the foundation. Just so you know. Okay,
Does anyone else have any new business? Okay, Dave, would you kind of just maybe fill us in on your football game?
My football game.
Yeah, that one,
Didn't know you had one, huh?
that one you play every now and then.
Next game is Saturday, and the game starts at 7. Gates will open at 5:30.
On 7:30.
Was it 7 or 7:30?
They shoved it back.
Did they really?
I believe so.
I just checked.
They had it, they had it last night on the
We're,
news.
we're gonna plan on the game starting at 7.
7, but I think it's gonna be 7:30.
So the gates will open at 5:30, be there by 5, and it's gonna be a zoo, it's Ohio State, so plan on heavy traffic.
You get to leave early?
What's that?
Do you guys leave early or?
Yeah,
stay
we
late?
don't, yeah, we're leaving early. So we'll be out of there by, between the second, third quarter. Second, third, no, second and half time. So, yeah. And it's supposed to be a pretty decent day, I guess. And then we've got 1 game in October and 3 in November.
No, you're not.
So we're averaging 8 or 9 people a game, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other items?
Yeah, we were gonna talk about Ken Matthews.
Oh, yeah, we should do that. I was gonna do that along with Karen's,
Oh.
Jeff's thing, but well, let's do it now, real quick, okay? Ken Matthews is not able to make our meetings on a regular basis anymore, after being probably our most attending member for an awful long time. So he's asked to go ahead and go to an at-large status. That way he doesn't have to pay the full dues. He'll still pay for meals when he comes, but he definitely, thinks that this is probably the best thing to do at this particular point in time. So I'm going to move that we take Ken Matthews down to at-large status. And you want to amend the motion by saying?
I would like us to pick up the half dues or whatever, the $75 a year for as long as he's, can be a member.
Second.
You know, he's been here forever, so,
Yes.
yeah, good.
Just to give you a little history, Stan and Jenny went to a club-style life membership. It's not technically anything other than a club-style life membership. This would be roughly the same thing.
Right, okay, yeah.
Okay, do I hear any objections? If not, can I have decide whether you want to accept this or not?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, Mr. Ken can come in, and Ken was in Leslie before he came here, but we do not have any records as to how long he was a Lion in Leslie.
Leslie.
So he's been longer than we've got him down
Yeah.
for.
Okay.
Okay,
Can we send him a card from the Lions Club, thinking of you kind of card?
Or,
Ken, just because we think of him.
oh,
Everybody send him a card.
everybody send him a card, yeah. That's a good idea.
Do we have the list of everybody's names and addresses
Yes.
yet?
Yes.
Okay.
I haven't got it finalized to pass out to everybody yet, but I will.
Okay, I'll give you a different format that's nicer looking.
Okay, good.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm still have it on the top of my desk to change it in the portal.
Well, if someone doesn't have Ken's address, do you have it right offhand?
you should have been.
If you want to write it down, his address is 3533 Hull Road in Leslie. The zip is 49251.
Okay, thank you. Do we want to do that money drawing?
Well,
Cut?
if we're up to it, yeah.
Yes.
You think we're ready? Can we do it now? Can we do it?
Do it, do it.
50/50 is worth $14.
Thanks for dinner.
I'm not getting it.
846-8918.
Right, Mike, thank you.
Oh, jeez.
Collusion was split.
Yeah, right, yeah, that was what that talk was about up front.
Okay, Jeff, you're on.
Thank you, sir.
That's what it is.
How about Saturday? I think I'll skip.
Last three numbers are 340.
This is like you.
Three, four, zero.
Sid.
Sid. Sid got it.
Way to go, Sid.
Joker, joke.
Right to work. Right to work.
I think he hit it way down there, Sid.
More than likely. Jack of spades.
Jack of spades. I forgot one piece of correspondence, and it was so cryptic, I have no idea really what it means. It's from our member, Chris Buck. He said that I should let people know that he's going to be able to help Jeff at 7:30 set up. I have no idea what that means.
Last Saturday. He's gonna be there at 7:30 on Saturday morning, coming up.
That would be funny. I almost want to get up that early to see him do that. But
Almost,
I'll
not
email
quite.
him back and I'll ask him, what are you talking about? How's that sound? Okay, all right. I just thought somebody else might know what he was talking about. Okay, thanks.
Day late, the dollar short, or in this case, a week late.
We're done.
Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second. Okay, we're out of here.
We're out of here.
Okay, social committee, here's the flyer.
There's my
Who's
partner.
on the social committee?
Okay, I gotta go see if I can get mine.
Kenny, who's on the
That's
social
the big guy
committee?
that reached up on top,
Could be
pretty good
better.
kid.
Could be better.
Elaine and Jeff.
Jeff was nice enough to climb up the ladder last week.
You know, there's something wrong
Good
with
luck.
What?
you know, you got two pots.
Yeah,
You're honored.
Where's the Mason Lions Club pot?
they're all Mason Lions Club.
You sent me that.
No, that's
Oh.
for our club.
Oh,
Every club has their own pots.
but we have to
Those
vote
are our
for,
pots.
okay, I'm with you.
So you get to decide how you want to split it up.
They had zip up jackets.
Who else is on the social
Okay,
committee?
I hate to give up all these ones though. Cause I'll need them
I'll
next
throw
week.
in the five, they'll
Yeah.
take them, I'm sure.
2, 3, 4, 5, okay. Well, I gotta get my wallet out.
That's what I ended up doing. I ended up putting another $1 into one from last week.
That goes, this goes here, just get pulled out next week. I'll be with you in a minute. I'll get there. Okay, well, let's throw that in here.
Good job.
And this in here.
All right, there's that.
Okay,
Okay.
marketing.
What I'm going to do, I've decided this year, is I'm going to try to communicate a little bit better with people. I am going to give you the report from both the state for PR and marketing and the district. Okay? Now, the district report is not due until the middle of October for the next calendar year. And you get that anyway. Yeah, but you don't get the state.
It's all right, so you got the keys on.
So now you know what I'm doing
Oh,
at the
yeah,
state
the keys in
level.
my pocket.
And at some
I
point
don't
in
think they were
time,
locked with a
we'll have to
keys.
figure out what that means at the club level, but we're not even
Not
close.
yet, but I think we go tomorrow.
That's some really, if you get it, if you have a problem with insomnia, start reading that, you should be asleep by the time you're done. I have said the same thing to these council of government people now for over a year, and they still don't get it.
You guys have a good day, good night.
Some see good things.
Oh, yeah, well, here you go.
Thank you.
I understand you're on the
You know-
social committee too, so there you go.
See ya.
You mean social committee? Oh, to pass on the,
That's a fun place, we used to go
Yeah,
when we
we-
went, but
yeah. yeah, we clubbed them a couple of times over the years, and I think we've been there for the
dinners
sides.
aren't half bad
Not happy.
You
You're not happy.
Says you and Lorraine
Sort
are
of
on
quarter
that
bad?
committee. Says you and Lorraine are on that committee. Lorena's
Oh.
here.
What did you sign, what did you sign me up for?
We are now on Tuesday, October 1st, 2:30.
You gotta get Jenny a ride.
October first,
Nice job, Jenny.
2:30 to 6. Gotta get Jenny a ride.
Hey, Jenny? Jenny,
Just leave this on.
I gotta give you a ride, right?
Yes, sir.
You can ride in my hood.
We can pay the full price.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah. Just have to change. the
Sorry
check.
to interrupt.
So we will bring it next.
All right, everybody, see ya.
Bye.
Good night.
I'll mark that down and I'll try to get that changed in Lions portal.
Okay.
Catch the bus,
Yeah.
4:30. Half hour drive.
I got you.
How long time
That could be a trick.
Goodbye, see you later.
Bye-bye.
What game was it that I ended up talking to? Damn, you're over on Harrison Road. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
I hate to spend an extra hour.
So you
Right.
say she late?
Yeah.
5 o'clock or
Huh?
something? Wednesday?
Yeah, your place, yeah, I'll see you Saturday.
Oh, that's right.
I'm going to go over there around 2,
Yeah.
I forgot, he just brought up the thing, God, how long parking's gonna be?
Yeah.
Trying to figure out which game was it that I ended up backing so far out, I couldn't believe it.
Probably the Michigan game. Michigan State, maybe.
I'm not sure it
Yeah.
was, but I'm thinking Ohio State
Yeah.
probably bought up half the tickets. They're probably gonna be a big crowd.
I mean, so far, I was thinking about that the other day. We've not had any trouble getting apartments
No.
first. And I'm thinking one reason might be because they're charging $20 to drive in there.
Yeah.
You know, that just started last year,
Did it? What was it before that?
free.
Free.
The bus ride
Cost.
cost.
Now, the bus ride doesn't cost?
The bus ride doesn't cost. You gotta pay to get in the parking lot.
Yeah, cause when I parked at the parking ramp, it was like $15 for years, and then the next 1 year, like $20.
And I think that may have toned down, but it's still,
But worse.
it's Ohio State, so.
Yeah, but where are people gonna park? That's the problem, there's just a limited number of parking spots.
Yeah. I don't know,
Oh, thanks, Gary.
it's just a big unknown.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know, once we get one
No,
big
after I
game.
get that procedure done tomorrow, I'll properly walk lopsided again.
And this is the last really big game this year.
Yeah.
I mean, Michigan's
The
away.
lymphedema was balancing out the sciatica.
Now,
Let's see what happens.
You know, other teams, Wisconsin tried as well.
Yeah.
But not like Michigan and Ohio State.
No.
Yeah, like I say, let's just leave it 3:30. Oops. Thank you.
Jenny, are you gonna go to the mail meeting tomorrow?
Don't be
I'm
shy,
going
I'll
to.
call,
I
'cause
think
I'm not
if you
committed
could,
to anything else.
I think both of us both went.
Yeah.
Yeah, then the kids could be there and all that. And it's at 4, right? No,